Hi, I'm Doug Marks. Since 1982, I've been teaching a mass audience to play guitar. For 25 years, I advertised in guitar magazines because my course was so successful. I would still be doing it today, except people stopped reading magazines a few years ago. If anybody has taught more people to play guitar than me during that period of time, I have no idea who it could be. And the good news is, for you, I'm still doing it. The difference today is I have 40 years of knowledge to fall back on. I'm not here just to brag, but that's okay too. I'm here to explain what you need to do to improve much faster than you have been in the past. I feel like my credentials should give you confidence that I do know what I'm talking about. I've got the history. Most people today turn to YouTube for instructions for a very good reason. You've got a leaky faucet and you want to fix it yourself? Well, search YouTube for, you guessed it, leaky faucet. And instantly there are 25 videos with a solution. I never get over how amazing that is. It's a real benefit also to being a student of guitar because you're able to do YouTube searches for bar chords, vibrato, shred guitar, learn to play faster, arpeggios, best amp in the world, you name it. Do a search and find the answer. Is the answer always correct? Now that's where it gets a bit dicey. Are you waiting for the shoe to drop? It's about to drop, but just be patient. I'm getting there. But before it does, promise me that you'll hang around to the end of this video. In return, I promise you that I'll show you a better solution to your problem. Plus, as a very good fringe benefit and completely off topic, I will prove who is the most popular guitarist today. And that will be more fun than I can possibly describe, so please stay tuned. It's worth the wait. You're going to love this. And it's not BS either. It is totally accurate. You're using YouTube to solve your problem, just like the guy that wanted to fix his faucet. And what is your problem? You want to become a better guitarist, so you chose to watch this video. Lucky for you, I've got the solution, and you'll soon see exactly what I'm talking about. Now the other shoe drops. Here's the problem with using YouTube to master guitar. Learning to play is a journey. You're at a place in that journey, but there's no way to know what lies ahead. The challenge is, what's the next step? Without understanding where to go next, you don't know what to search for. I'll give you an example. And this is pretty good. Absolutely a true story. One time I decided that my next step was to learn 250 guitar chords. I made a little deck of flashcards. The chord diagram was on one side of the card. On the other side was the chord name. And I studied those cards week after week until all chords were mastered, memorized. I knew them at a glance. That took about 6 months, and the results, 45 years later, I probably can't recall any of them. It was not the information I needed to become a better rock guitarist. That's problem one, wasting time following the wrong path. Here's the second major problem you'll confront using YouTube as your instructor. Many of the techniques that you need to learn don't fit neatly into a search phrase. I'll give you a great example of this. When you're playing a chord progression, each chord is located in a pentatonic and a diatonic scale pattern. By understanding this, you're able to change chords and play lead guitar fills without missing a beat. Now this technique is huge. So here's your challenge. Google it. Bet you can't find the solution. I couldn't even begin to come up with a search phrase for this process. If you have an idea, leave it in the comments below. I need a title for that video because it would be a great video. Guitar instructors aren't motivated to create this type of video, even though they're incredibly useful. Since nobody is able to search for it, the video won't be popular. Most of the processes you must learn to master guitar can't be easily described by a search phrase. Even if it could, would you know what to look for? Since I've been teaching guitar for 40 years, I have a pretty good idea of concepts that are important to learn. The last couple of weeks, I've spent a lot of time creating a series of videos for scale sequences. They aren't popular for the reason that I just mentioned. Nobody is searching for scale sequences. Still, I create these videos for those that know me as a teacher, and many of my students have been with me for 40 years. And also the people that have recently subscribed to my channel, and they enjoy my take on mastering guitar. So I'm not overly concerned with a video being incredibly popular, but, that's a big but, I wouldn't mind that either. Have you ever heard of Google Trends? It's awesome. It allows you to compare data based on Google searches. It shows how popular different subjects are over time. Let's find the most popular guitar player. Full disclosure here, you'll find that my graph is a little too neat. That's because I researched it before sharing it with you, and we'll begin with the least popular of the final 5 and end with the most popular. Keep in mind, even the least popular is extremely popular compared to all other guitarists. I started with 9 guitarists, but we're only able to compare 5. So I had to eliminate the first 4 guitarists. In the order of popularity, Yngwie Malmsteen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, and Jimmy Page did not make the cut. So number 5 is Stevie Ray Vaughan. Next is Eddie Van Halen. After that, Jimi Hendrix. And I found this surprising, Eric Clapton. Oh, but wait, there's one more, Slash. Check this out. Okay, looking at the graph to the left, we have Stevie Ray Vaughan. A little bit better is Eddie Van Halen. Quite a bit better is Jimi Hendrix. Eric Clapton, pretty close. But then we have Slash. Could Slash be the greatest guitarist of all time? I have some very bad news to share with you. Are you sitting down? Slash has been disqualified as the greatest guitarist of all time because we're not sure if people are searching for the guitarist Slash or the punctuation mark Slash. I, for one, have decided that Slash is the greatest punctuation mark of all time. And my proof is, digging deeper into the data, the most popular area of the country searching on Slash is Washington, D.C., a true hotbed for punctuation research. Now that you've learned that Google Trends isn't just to find out which Kardashian is most popular at this moment, although it's great for that too, I'm going to use this to help me find the perfect guitar lesson. Instead of teaching what you need to learn, I'll teach something that millions of people are searching for. Let's begin. Guitar vibrato. And we will compare that to guitar arpeggios. Arpeggios has that one slightly. Next, let's pick out a big one. How about bar chords? Okay, bar chords substantially more than the other two. Guitar scales. Guitar scales obviously is way more popular than the other techniques. What if I were to create a lesson to teach Sweet Home Alabama? Sweet Home Alabama dwarfs guitar techniques. So Google has spoken. My greatest guitar lesson of all time will be me teaching you Sweet Home Alabama, which, by the way, was one of my most popular lessons 45 years ago. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, you realize just how desperate I've become. You ever notice that the thing you're least interested in learning turns out to be just what you needed? Here's my little story about that. When I was in 8th grade, my parents both agreed that I needed to learn 2 different subjects, typing and public speaking, if I personally were to decide to make a list of the 100 things that I least wanted to learn. Those 2 subjects would have ranked 99 and 100, but the truth of the matter is my parents were right. I can't think of any 2 subjects that have helped my business more than my ability to type and public speaking. Okay, a lot has been covered here, and I might have digressed from our topic, but to summarize what I've explained to you to help you become a better guitarist: 1, you don't know what you're looking for. 2, even if you do, it may be difficult to find that information. And 3, your next step might be obvious to your instructor, but it's the last thing that you want to do. In conclusion, your path forward can be a straight line over the next 2 years, or do like most others do and zigzag through the next 2 decades. Don't let that happen to you. And now for a very special and brief word from our sponsor, me. My complete guitar course is the answer to these problems. It's based on my experience teaching rock guitar for several decades. My course is a step-by-step approach that teaches things that are difficult, if not impossible, to pick up on your own. I don't necessarily teach what you want to learn, although at one time that was my motto. I do teach what you need to learn. To become a better guitarist, please check out my program. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to be notified, and please comment below. Describe your YouTube searches. Tell me what you want to learn, and I'll see you next week.